We're going to take inspiration from the huge wreath that's suspended from the arched windows that connect the bridge over downtown Main Street here at City Creek. It's a stunning showpiece and a signature part of the City Creek holiday decor. This really is the epicenter of holiday magic. I said we're going to take inspiration from that wreath. We're going to go slightly smaller scale with your front door in mind. A Christmas wreath of fresh greens might seem like a splurge. We contend with the right wreath, it's actually affordable. You add some embellishments, a little zhuzhing, as I like to say, and you have yourself a classy, quality holiday wreath. Brynn Larson, we turn to her every year for our inspiration. And what we need, though, Brynn, is a little tricky. We want the fresh greens.
Yes.
We also need it to fit our budget. You say it's possible.
Oh, absolutely. My favorite wreath, my go-to, is the Trader Joe's boxwood wreath. It's $11. $11. $11.
So for everyone out there who says, yes, I want to decorate with fresh greens, but I simply can't afford it.
Yeah.
Not true.
Not true.
You can afford $11, but it's how you dress up that $11 wreath that I think makes the difference. And you've got that one wreath you're going to treat 5 different ways.
Yep, we're going to do it 5 ways, and anyone can do any of these, I promise.
She promises. We believe her. We believe
you really
her.
can.
Where do you want to start?
Okay, so let's just start simple. So this actually is how I do my wreath at home. I love it just plain green, and I just like to add really pretty ribbon. And this is where you can maybe spend a few dollars, is a yard or two of really pretty ribbon. Sequin, satin, whatever you want to add. I love adding different colors. You know, I love a little untraditional color when it comes to Christmas.
Yes.
So that's my favorite go-to.
Now you call this a ribbon. It's not a bow.
It's not a bow. I'm not a bow girl. So I'm going to show you how to add this.
Please.
So, okay, so I've cut a couple yards of ribbon.
Okay.
And I've wired it up here at the top.
I just want to pin it.
I know, right? It's so pretty. With a little bind wire.
Okay.
So instead of wrapping it around the wreath, you're just going to come through the center right here. And you just wire it onto the wreath. So the wind can blow, it can storm, and this ribbon's not going anywhere. So you just wire that right on there, give it a good twist.
Okay.
And then cut the ends off, and you're ready to go.
Now you're working with a couple different colors, all in the same texture, though, the same sheen. When do you know you've gone too far with the rainbow?
If it just gets too big and you get a little overwhelmed.
Is there a good rule of thumb for how many colors we should work into one design?
So I would say stick to 1, 3, or 5.
Okay.
I think that's a good rule of thumb.
So pretty the way it trails, though, and I know a lot of people, myself included, have those taller doors.
Absolutely.
Larger scale doors, so that will help you kind of feel the surface a little bit better. That's idea number 1.
That's
What's next?
my favorite. So I love gold.
Yes.
I want to paint anything
Who
gold I
doesn't?
can.
Yes.
Right? So this one I've just spray painted gold, and I had these really pretty little gold wood feathers that I glued in there. So you can just use a hot glue gun that you have at home, and this little cute glitter nest that I love. And then of course we want to add in some ornaments. So I add some silver and gold balls, and it's just really fancy and ready to have a party.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
And that metallic theme could carry you well into the new year,
absolutely,
right?
Absolutely. And I love actually doing that, when you can leave things up through January when it's so gray and boring.
I justify most of my decor is metallic for that reason, right? I don't
that.
have to have it down at the end of December.
Exactly.
Any tips for spraying the actual leaves themselves so you get that smooth coating?
So you just don't want to go too close to the wreath with the spray paint. It will kind of puddle and drip.
Okay.
So I just lay it flat and give it a couple coats, so you don't have to get it totally solid in one coat. Do one coat, let it dry, and do another one. And you want to turn it different directions.
The green's even showing through, and I like that. I like that a lot.
I like that too. I like that on the flocked wreath as well, to not do it completely solid white.
Can we go there next?
Absolutely.
Okay, what have you done?
Okay, good old snow in a can.
We put our hand over our heart for snow in a can this time of year.
So I kind of wanted to do a little vintage take. So this snow in a can, it's really fun to work with. If you're going to light it, if you're going to use it on your tree, light it first.
Okay.
I learned that lesson the hard way this weekend.
Oh, because you covered the lights?
Yep. And I was covered in flocking by the time I was done.
Nice, nice.
Yes. So you're just going to kind of come back a little bit and give it a good spray.
And is this a less is more?
Less is more.
Less is more.
Do a coat, let it dry.
Okay.
Do another coat if you want to add more, and then let it dry for a couple hours before you add ornaments. It does take a little bit of time to let the flocking dry.
Do you mind if the flocking actually leaks onto some of your ornaments?
I don't mind it.
I mean, it kind of adds.
I didn't even think about it till now, but I kind of like it.
Right?
Yeah,
I mean, you
it's kind of frosty and
keep
pretty.
them clean or keep that frost.
Yeah,
I think this is my favorite. The combination of the white with those subtle color pops is super
kind
pretty.
of untraditional, but kind of takes it back to the vintage. This kind of reminds me of my great-grandma.
Totally.
Like sweet memories of her
Totally.
house. Yeah.
How long can you expect reasonably for like a boxwood wreath like this to last?
Mine lasted a really long time.
Really?
Yeah. So I actually just replaced mine from last year on my back doors.
Oh, you're kidding.
But I sprayed them with a floral spray paint that's green to keep it green through the year. So you really can get a lot of use out of these.
Wow.
Just touch it up and paint it green.
Just paint it. A little paint
Yeah,
goes a long way. But that's awesome to know it can extend.
It can extend. And with it being cold outside, it really does last a long time without drying out.
Last one?
Okay, so this last one, if you're having a party and you want something fresh at your house, I did fresh florals, and this really is so easy. So these are one of my favorite roses. They're called quicksand roses.
Okay.
One little trick is you can reflex the petals. So once you warm up the rose a little bit, just let it be at room temperature out of the cooler. You can bend these petals back. You just put your thumb on the roundest part of the petal and bend back with
I'd be scared. It's so delicate, isn't it?
Once it warms up a little bit, you can they're a little more pliable. So you can just bend it back. Then you can get a nice open rose, so it's ready to be glued on here.
So that's what you've done to kind of fill in the space.
So that it just looks like it's full and at its full bloom, so that it's ready for your party. So this is a floral adhesive. It's a glue, and it's so easy. You just take the cap off, put it on the back of the flower, stick it on, and hold it on there for a few minutes.
Beautiful.
A few seconds. Let it lay flat until it dries, and then you can hang it up, and it's ready to go.
So if you have a special event, obviously this won't last as long as the wreaths we talked about beforehand, but if you have a special event or a party, how long can you expect these fresh florals to hang
So
out?
if you keep it in a cool place, it will definitely last the day. If you are using it for a couple days, you could just put it like in your garage or outside where it's cold, not freezing.
Keep it cool.
So maybe put it in your garage so it doesn't freeze, so that you can reuse it the next day.
You've helped us out on so many fronts. First of all, naming that budget buy, right, for the boxwood. Trader Joe's, $11. You heard it here. And then 5 great ways to dress that up. Brynn, thank you so much. Happy holidays.
For having me.
You're taking orders, I know, for all of your holiday blooms.
Absolutely.
Where can we get in touch with you?
Blooms and Company.
All right, we'll put the information on our website too. Thanks.